So this was talked about at the end of book 6. So when the Heavenly Darling found out the male lead was making the main character a handkerchief, he wanted one too, so he went up to the male lead. He's like, oh, I want a handkerchief too. And the male lead goes, yes, I'm going to make you one. I'm going to make the White Moonlight one. I'm going to make the Best Girls Man one. And the Heavenly Darling was really, really happy about this, but the main character wasn't. And he gets so jealous in book 7 over at the get-go book 7 that he starts making handkerchiefs for the Heavenly Darling, for the White Moonlight, and Best Girls Man. So the male lead went. He's like, I'm the only one getting one made by you. You can say these were made by you, but I'm the only one getting an actual real one made by you. And I'm like, honey, control yourself. Control yourself. That is not hot. That is just weird. You need to learn to breathe. So throughout the book, we get to see scenes of the flirty twin and Heavenly Darling basically talking with each other, and Heavenly Darling being a full-on tsundere, being a full-on little peacock, his feathers being ruffled. He is so upset, like he is on his last nerve, and the flirty twin flirting and messing with him, even teasing him, going, first place is only for losers, basically. First place isn't great. Like, oh my god, these two. Like, I can see how they're shipped. I think I saw somebody talking about how Meat Bun actually outright states in like a post or an interview that they are officially together. And I can see it. I full on see it. Like, ooh! Heavenly Darling proving again in this book why he's best boy, why he's best character, why he's better than everybody else in this series, because he points out to the past version of the White Moonlight and goes, that person's creepy. He's weird. His techniques are creepy. And then turns to the White Moonlight and goes, I hope he didn't rub off on you when you were learning underneath him. And I'm like, oh, foreshadowing, full-on foreshadowing, without realizing he pointed out the two main villains. Though two main villains and their relationship. Like, this is why he's best boy. Also, the fact that he acknowledges that the fact that the past version of the White Moonlight is creepy. Like, because honestly, he is. He's full on giving out energy that I am the villain of the story, yet no one notices. So the seal that they went to, that they needed the Best Girls Man to unseal, was actually the burial grounds of their sack, was literally the burial grounds. And sadly, that means there's a bunch of corpses that can be easily controlled by Best Girl's dad. Full on easily manipulated and controlled and puppeted by him. Yes, so that means there's a bunch of corpses they have to literally fight. And Best Girls Man proves why he's super great. And honestly, I love him. I don't love him as much as Heavenly Darling, but he is great. Man sacrifices himself repeatedly throughout the story. Like, he literally puts up a barrier between him and the others, so he would fight off the corpses so no one else would get endangered by the corpses or harmed. Then, when their sack founder's body was uphurt and was fighting it too, he broke his own core. He literally destroyed his own core so he could try to defeat the sack founder. This is why he is such a sweet boy, and why we know his fate is not going to be great, especially since he destroyed his own core. Also, the sack founder, he was literally amazing. He repeatedly tried getting back control of his own dead corpse, getting consciousness, while his fight against Best Girls Man was trying to get his body under control through the chess piece. Also, why I say he's also really great is because when he died, he thought someone would do this. He literally planned out if someone tried doing this. That's why he had orders that when anyone was buried at the burial grounds, they had to have their eyes covered. They had to have a piece of cloth covering their eyes. He destroyed his own arm, his little left arm, which was his powerful arm, destroyed it, had no weapons buried with him, specifically his spiritual weapon. He had his spiritual weapon set up so when he can get hold of it, it would kill him, it would destroy him. This man had ideas that someone in the future would destroy his sack and use his sex techniques or use forbidden techniques to do something to the burial grounds and get hold of the controls of the burial grounds. Like, this man had ideas, plans, and he didn't want his corpse to be used. He destroyed himself. He destroyed his own core with the help of his spiritual weapon that was hidden. Like, oh my god, it was amazing. Also, the main character in his past life repeatedly hated upon and scorned this dude because, one, what he saw about the sack in the past life, he looked down upon the sack because, the members were not that great at that point, were horrible people. And he didn't think there could have been a great hero, an amazing person, someone willing to sacrifice themselves for the good of society and the world. Like, he didn't think the stories about this man was true, that this man had actual dark, horrible stories. Like, he spat on this person's statue. Like, he hated this person. He looked down on them. There's no way there could have been a great hero like that. But no, facing this man literally sacrificing himself, he's already did, but had plans and intentions years ago, knowing that something like this could happen, made sure that no one could use the corpses in his sack and himself to try to cause harm and hurt. Like, I love him. And also sacrificing himself, was able to make sure that he got back control over the corpses in the, burial grounds with the help of him sacrificing his core, the best girls' man, like, them stopping the corpses together. Like, oh, also best girls' man telling him, oh, we survived 400 years, and then him going, oh, I didn't even think we were going to survive 200 years. He didn't think his sack would flourish more than 200 years. Like, I love this man. So the main character, he's not having a great time. He is literally stuck in a nightmare. He's stuck in a dreamscape, and he can't literally get out. Like, he is freaking out. He's seeing the good and bad events that has transpired since he's been reincarnated. Then he starts getting visions and someone speaking to him, telling him that he wasn't reincarnated, that he didn't die in his past life. He's still in his past life. Everything he thinks is a reincarnation was actually just a dream. Living his worst nightmare, that he's back into the past where the male lead is dead. He even gets a vision of the male lead, him trying to be a little better to the male lead, only to see the male lead die again. His servants trying to pass him the reincarnation pill, even though he had sent those servants out. Him taking the pill, but not doing what the servants were ordering him to do, which was to go to the reincarnation altar and give the pill to, the white moonlight. Instead, he tries rushing to the male lead, and when he tries giving the male lead the pill is gone. Like, it is horrible. Like, he is living his worst nightmare. And he only wakes up because the heavenly darling sperm donor had a, pill that could wake someone from the dreamscape, which honestly, I don't know why anyone doesn't find that suspicious. Why no one find that suspicious that the man had something that could wake someone up from the dreamscape. Like, how does no one find that a little suspicious? Like, I get it, he does a lot of medicines, but, like, that is the one medicine he thinks about bringing. Like, all the medicines he brings a dreamscape medicine, something they didn't think someone was gonna need. Like, and I know he's not one of the bad guys, but come on, no one's side-eyeing him. But yeah. Also, like I said, the main character was living his worst nightmares. And, like, people try questioning him, like the Heavenly Darling, and he refuses to tell others, but he tells the Heavenly Darling the nightmares he was having. Specifically that he had a nightmare of killing a lot of people and killing their teacher, and the Heavenly Darling's like, oh, okay, that's nice. Like, oh my god.